What's up, everybody? It's a little cool out here. I got a hat on, child. It's I think it's 40 degrees. I got a hat on, but I ain't got no coat on. What that tell you? I ain't wrapped too tight. Um, but I wanted to start off the new year by telling y'all Happy New Year. And I just wanted to show y'all some things. Ooh. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all some things that's going on. I just saw something that I hadn't seen. So some of this stuff y'all might be seeing brand new with me. And I want to show you some things that I have gotten done. I took a little bit of break in filming because, hello, Chris. I took a little bit of break in filming just because I wanted a break. And it wasn't really a lot going on anyway. Pretty much I've just been, things are still growing, but because it's cooler, they're growing slower. So peppers and things, yeah, you see me harvesting, but they are growing slower. They don't ripen as fast. Same thing with the tomatoes and a lot of other things. We've gotten several days below freezing. Tonight is supposed to be 29, which is the last night of freezing that we're going to get supposedly for a little while. I think it's going to be like 2 or 3 weeks before we're supposed to get anything below freezing. And even when I saw that was like 31. But that, weather changes in 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm not setting my watch by that. I'm just going to watch the weather. So I do want to ask y'all this question. Since people are gearing up and getting ready to garden and things like that, are there any topics that y'all would like me to cover? I'm thinking about doing kind of some, I don't know, like a little series where I talk about different tips and things. But if it's anything you want to know or got questions about or something like that, let me know, and I'm trying to work on kind of doing a little series. And maybe if it's any people that say 2024 is the year they're going to start gardening, or the year they're going to get serious about it, or the year that maybe they want to ramp up, or they want to try something different or try something new, I want to make videos that maybe cater to that, because my channel is actually about having meaningful content, not just content for content. Or for content's sake, or for click's sake, because baby, some of this content I've been seeing, it ain't just gardening. I watch all kind of content, child. I'll just be like, and this is what you chose to post today. But anyway, that's that on that. And I also want to ask this question. So I have a lot of collard branches, and let me just show you what I'm talking about. Also, like, share, subscribe if you're still watching. I say that from time to time, but you hit the button if you feel so inclined. But y'all check this out. Okay, so y'all see this? Y'all see all these branches up in here? I really kind of want to clean this up, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not poking fun at Robbie, but y'all know Robbie, her stuff be like this too, with all these branches, and she be talking about she gonna break off and plant somewhere, and we all know Robbie about running out of planting space, especially the way her collards grow, because hers grow, they grow trees. She grow tree collards a lot, and y'all, I'm not finna plant all them. I'm not finna propagate all that. Down, off. 2.0 off and go. Dogs be at the door fixated. We in boot camp right now, y'all. We in boot camp. Y'all say hey to Chris. Hey, Chrissy. Hey, what I told you? See, this will go. Good girl. Baby, I done got to where I can command them from the door. I ain't got time for these games. But anyway, it's a lot in here, y'all. And if any of y'all want some of these collards, for instance, you may see this little bitty and you may think this is not going to mount up to nothing because of how spindly it is, but you'll be surprised if you root that, how big of a plant that actually can turn into. It can turn into a full-size plant. It is that small because if you look at this, see how far This trunk is going way out here, and then all of these branches. So you get what I'm saying? So because the bigger parts of the plant are directly over here at the where it comes out of the ground. The smaller stuff is out this way. So my question is, if I break off a bunch of this stuff, would y'all want it? If not, then it is what it is. How you doing? What's next? What's next? Oh yeah, I planted a whole bunch of let me try to show y'all. And I need to put this piece. I'm gonna do an experiment and see, can I basically like JB weld that back. I wonder if I could get it to stay. I'm gonna have to move the dirt and push that in. But so I've split up a bunch of these. I think these are wild onions. I split them up. This is old garlic that has come up. That's garlic. These are collard leaves, but here's the garlic part. That's garlic. All that's coming up. What else? But I planted a bunch of shallots. Let's see if I can show y'all. So there goes some of the green. Y'all see them coming up? So some of the shallots are coming up. I planted a bunch of, I think they're pronounced aitois or aitoi shallots. They're Italian if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, y'all. So I planted a whole bunch of shallots, but then, so now all of the holes around the edges are planted. And that's one of the reasons why I want to get rid of some of this overhanging stuff. Now, some of these thick ones, I may plant myself. Because, see, I want to get rid of all this. And basically chop that off back there. I want to get rid of all, because all of this in the summertime when more leaves grow, this will shade that even more. And the stuff won't grow. Same thing here. You see how this is completely eclipsing a couple of those holes. So I want to get some of that stuff out the way. But you see a lot of my garlic, if y'all can see, here's another thing of garlic. And then I must have had a corm in here too, because it look like I got 2 or 3 little pieces of, yeah, that's another piece. There's 3 in that one, 2 in this one. So you can see places where I had corms. And then see that green, that's another garlic. This is another garlic. Also, I have to do a lot of grooming to these brassicas this time of year. They just shed a lot of leaves. They're not growing super fast, but they shed a lot of leaves. But anyway, garlic, that's an onion. That's a shallot in there. Garlic. But yeah, I just went around, and I need to put some water in this because that's barely gotten any water. But look at that. That's coming up. Same thing. This is an onion. But I have onions and shallots. I have planted now all of these beds all the way around. Look at how pretty that is. That's elephant garlic. So if you're wondering, the big garlic is elephant garlic. And some of the smaller ones, well, all this garlic is elephant garlic, I think, at this point. I don't have much of the regular garlic. But all the way around this one, they're all planted, regardless if you see anything popping up or not. Like, for instance, can y'all see the top of that onion there? And you only really need to leave the top out. The onions I planted are supposed to be day neutral, but they're supposed to be bulbing onions. Child, we're going to see what we're going to get. All of these around the edges of this is, I guess the bunching onion. I think these are Egyptian walking onion. I kind of can go by the size of which kind. See how big these are? I want to say these are some I planted from the store. I could be wrong. Child, I don't know what I done planted, but they're onion. I cut the chops and eat. It ain't rocket science. I want to show y'all this. This is that kaleette. And I think it has taken, because it has grown a little bit, some new leaves. Y'all see all the garlic in here? That's all the garlic I had plant it back. And all of these spaces that may look empty, they do indeed have onion in them. And something else I do from time to time, see this one right here? This one, this one, this one, and this one here. This one hasn't popped up yet, but I seen where it's got roots. When I cook with an onion, if you want to get onion seeds, for those of y'all that like to go from seed, if you want to get onion seeds, if you take a bulb and onion, when you cut that end, the root end off, plant it. Just put it up under some dirt. You don't need to put it in no water or nothing. And it will start coming up. Onions are biennial. So that first year, well, they say they're biennial, but let's go all the way from seed. So you grow the seed to a set. Then you plant your sets out. Your set will turn into a bulb and onion, right? You harvest it. You use the onion. If you plant that butt back, since it has already grown all those other seasons, that's going to be a second year in the ground, it should shoot up and give you seeds. That's at least the hope. Now, if it don't give you seeds, what's the other option? It may give you, it's going to give you some green onion, because these green onions going to get way bigger than this. They're going to get bigger than this. So at the very least, you're going to get green onion that you can chop up. In some cases, depending on the onion, because these were grocery store onions, you don't ever know what variety you're getting from the grocery store. I've had onions before give me a whole nother onion. I don't know what kind of onion those are. I ain't gonna lie, when I find them, I try to plant them back every time, because I like that. I like that you give me a whole nother onion. Just like I want to say it was Backyard Farmer Pat said she planted something from the grocery store, and apparently they were multiplying onions, because when she dug it up, she had 3 or 4 onions from that one piece. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. Now let me show you what I noticed. Y'all see I got my stuff covered. I told you we had freezing nights, well, below freezing. But when I covered this was not like this, with this growing up out of here. And I'm here to tell you that this has grabbed on and taken on a life of its own, and it's blooming. This set of peas was not blooming when I put this on. This set was, they're covered. I'm not going to uncover them, but it's peas. Can y'all kind of see the pea? It's peas on there. Those were blooming. This sweet potato over here, when it got cold, I guess that sucker froze off. Or what? Don't laugh at my sweet potato still down there. I guess that sucker froze off, because I don't even see him. There he is. See that? Well, can y'all see? The top little leaves got frostbit. But, oh, let me get this together. But this is alive. That below there is alive. I'm trying to show y'all what I'm finna do with that. Get a bunch of this pine straw. Just gonna gather. Remember what I told y'all about pine straw and how good it insulates? Look how long that grass is. That's how you know it ain't really been cold here. The grass is kind of long. I'm going to let that insulate that. Look at that potato, how pretty it is. I ain't planted potatoes in I don't know how long, but it must have been a little piece down there. Just a little piece. So I haven't covered any of these greens. And I'm going to cover microclimates right quick, because I think this is a good time to do it. By the way, can y'all say camellia? Can y'all say camellia? I'm not really a flower person, but you don't have to do anything to them. And look how many blooms. And this blooms in the wintertime. I'm going to try to see this. I got a white one on the side over here. There was another one was dead when I bought the house. This one died last year. The winter took it. You see this green right here? This is camellia as well. But because it's not in an advantageous spot, it doesn't bloom. I want to say all of this is camellia. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I think. It may not be. You know what? I don't think that's camellia. I've never seen. This is holly. I want that gone. This is gardenia. That didn't flower for me last year. This definitely, there's a camellia in here, but it's mixed with a bunch of other stuff. But this camellia, this one here, I have every intention of moving. I'm going to cut it down shorter and move it. And then I'm going to get a lot of these. Because it's kind of where it's planted at, it's too far this way. I don't like it that way. I just want the gardenia there. And the gardenia's got to be pruned and cleaned up a lot. I want it to bloom this coming season because I missed my little fragrant blooms. But yeah, so this is going to be a living trellis for now. I got the 2 pomegranates there, so in time I assume the pomegranates will fill in that hole. But I really don't want nothing too tall. Come summer, I'm going to cut this down because I like to be able to look out my window. This is azalea. And it's got a vine growing through it. I got to cut that off of there. But I'm saying all that to say microclimates. Because I got sidetracked. Those blooms are so pretty. But anyway, microclimates. So, y'all remember when I said I planted a cover crop? Somebody gave me a bag of Great Northern beans. And I said I planted a little cover crop or whatever. I planted one over there, but I planted one over here too. And I want to show y'all. If you look in here, y'all see all that green, but it's a lot of death. See there? I just threw beans down in here, and these were the baby leaves. So y'all please don't think that's gonna grow. Now see, here's one that made it, because it was, but all of this stuff that you see where the top leaves, all of that is burnt off. They're not gonna make it. They're dead. They're just standing. It's just, this just happened, so that's why they're standing there green. Here's another cutting that I pushed in the ground that seems to have made it. This one as well. This was a cutting that I pushed in the ground that made it. But you can see way down in here, there's a few of them that made it, but a lot of them burn up. I want to show y'all something. So, you see this stand of collards all the way around? Look at these. And I want to tell you, I haven't covered anything. You see, these beans made it. See how the leaves is still standing up? Those that were more in the open didn't make it. Now you had a few in there that made it. I'm going to show you even worse spot. You see how this is completely in the open? Nothing protecting it from this side. Now this one just germinated. That's why it looks the way it looks. It's a couple of them in here that germinated late. But this, hardly anything made it. This just germinated. This one just germinated. But any of that stuff that was already up, it's just all dead. It's all completely dead. So this is proof of concept of microclimates. I'm gonna show you another spot. I just happened to notice this morning while I was out here. So you see, this is a very tight cluster. All of these beans in here made it. All of these are beans. You can see all the little bean babies. See all the little bean babies? And these, remember my cuttings that I took? I was told you I was going to give y'all an update. None of them have died so far. You can't really see them that good. And plus those collard leaves are still in there. But show y'all another little spot I see that made it. I'll come on this side. See, look at all these collards. Look here. See here? Now see, some of these on the edge apparently got it. But this one didn't make it. But you see, these made it. All those made it. Trying to see if there are any over here. Yeah. So the same bed where I had all the death up there. You notice all the greens around here? You see all these? A lot of these made it. Now here's a dead one. Here's a dead one. That one's okay. This is dead. But you see all those in there made it? I think I got one more spot I can show you. So if you think microclimates don't work or you don't really understand, this is a visual representation that they can and do work. There's one there. I don't know when that germinated. Can y'all see that one back there with the little bean? There's another one. There's some of those. Some of those I won't count those because they hadn't germinated yet. But this is another cutting. This is another cutting here. So I wanted to update y'all on stuff too. Well, I'd like to show y'all about these microclimates and show y'all that a lot of this stuff did take that big cutting that I did over here. That big long one that I buried back here. This is a piece of it. And this is a piece of it. And this is a piece of it. I'm almost sure it took because of how how these big pieces went ahead and took. Like that, the leaves aren't drooping. So I'm almost certain that, you know, after I put that under the dirt, kept it watered, it took. I got 2 horseradishes that I'm going to definitely move. They don't do well with a lot of competition in the roots. It makes sense because horseradish is a root crop. So, yeah, y'all let me know. The thyme actually is putting on bigger leaves since I gave it that haircut. Y'all remember that haircut I gave it? Where I cut it way back? Well, this is how it has bushed back so far. And really it's still kind of cold. But this is English thyme. It does okay in the cold. The German thyme is the one that didn't do too good in the heat. It liked the cold, but it hated the heat and eventually died. But this one does fine. I never protect it. It smells absolutely amazing. But yeah, y'all, so that's an update. All of my cuttings so far are looking good. Stuff is covered. I have peeped under this stuff. I'm gonna give y'all just a little peep, a little spot that I can sneak in and look. I haven't looked under here. I'm sure the peppers are okay. I usually can tell when stuff dies for real. Like you can tell the stuff droops so bad that you can just tell by the way your covering looks. But if we look up in here, it still looks, you know what I'm saying? There's a pepper. Peppers still look good. I gotta put some water in here. I've been using this water as a heat sink. It would be better if I had more water in here. Here's a Scotch bonnet branch that I'm gonna make sure that I cover well tonight because it's supposed to be 29 and I don't want all of this open like this so air can just, but while it's warm today, it's supposed to get up to like 57. I'm gonna let all this stuff warm up, and like I said, I think that's how I do okay, because so much stuff, it gets so warm and then it helps to trap the warmth in or whatever. So yeah, but I'll make sure I close that hole up because I don't want all that air getting in there. And when I uncover this, tonight's 29 and then tomorrow's above freezing, but I think the next night is gonna be 30 or something like that. Then I'll take off everything. But I didn't show you the back, but I didn't cover any of those tomatoes or anything in the back. So far they've been fine. Let's run back here and I want to check the peas. The peas are the only thing, but if they're gone, they're gone. I don't care because like I told y'all, that stuff gonna have to, when it comes spring, it's gonna have to make way because I'm planting citrus trees. I'm gonna hurry up, y'all. I know this video is 23 minutes. Let's see. It's a breeze back here. Now the peas are fine. Absolutely fine. I can tell at least these on this side. Now the tomatoes don't look that great, but oh well. So longevity spinach up here where the wind's probably blowing through here, kind of touching it. It's kind of bending down some, but down here where it's kind of not taking the brunt of things, that looks okay. I gotta get some cuttings for Clausen's World. And the peas look fine. They look absolutely fine. I'm gonna encourage them to grow kind of inside the cage and maybe even grab the cage. That would be nice if you did that. If you grabbed the cage, that would be lovely. But yeah, you see, I didn't have the best germination rate, but these peas are actually doing good. And you can see I have some garlic there, garlic that I missed, garlic there. Here's a garlic coming up through here. And you see these are blooming. So this got a little bit more damaged up here at the top, but down in there is fine. But you can see that and I haven't covered this whatsoever. You can see the tomatoes last night must have kind of took a toll on them. They didn't look like this yesterday. but I don't care. When I pull these tomatoes, they will all be composted or whatever. I've started pulling my turmeric, and I'll come to you with the full harvest, but this is what I planted, and I'll probably plant that back. I don't know if it'll grow again, but it might just compost in place, but I don't know. See, look in there. Oh, the light. Can y'all see that that's orange? And it is hard, so I'll probably plant it again, but out of that, what I planted, you can see what I got. I haven't washed all the dirt off of that one, but this is what I planted, and once again, it's orange in there, and it is hard, so I'll plant it back. And like I said, if it doesn't grow, it'll just compost in place, but you can see all of the nubs and stuff. So Army Chickadee, your turmeric is, you know, I'm gonna have that ready for you. The ginger. Can somebody tell the ginger that it's supposed to be tropical? I guess I shouldn't say that though, because it grows in Asia, and there are parts of Asia that get snow. Some parts of Asia get a lot of snow. But y'all see that? Like, the turmeric has had it. So I'm gonna pull this turmeric, and I mean, I'm just gonna keep not covering the ginger. But don't worry. Army Chickadee wanted ginger. At some point I'm gonna pull it. Even if it never, I've never had it go this far. I've never had it do this before. The ginger usually peters out with the turmeric. I don't know. I know it's got something to do with the weather, but I don't know what else it is. But I do want to tell y'all this and tell you why I'm hesitant to pull it right now. I want to show y'all this too. These are some little, now see this turmeric plant, this is all that was on it. But this one little turmeric plant, look how many little nodules. And you could break those nodules off and plant this piece back. See what I'm saying? Just a small little thing of turmeric. See? Small little thing. That's all this plant had on it, leaf wide. Look at that. Same. Now this one, I really didn't do too good on this. It only had these couple of little nodules. The root system was good. And then, believe it or not, this hard piece in here, plant that back, it'll grow. I didn't know all this till I started growing turmeric and ginger. God, I keep telling people, the easiest plant you could possibly freaking grow. Like, and they are very pretty and ornamental. They really don't need any care. I do feed mine, but I don't feed them heavily. I only feed them the little teas I make with the collard green leaves and comfort leaves and stuff. I don't feed it no nothing special. I put leaves in here, let them break down. Y'all excuse the train. Y'all know I live at the train depot, so it seems. But yeah, I don't really do anything. When it gets blazing hot, if you don't get blazing hot and stop raining where you are, this don't apply to you. But if it gets blazing hot, like where I live, water it. If you see the leaves start to fold out, it need water, and water it very deeply. I still have not pulled these peanuts. And then last but not least, y'all see these is the crocuses. All of these are crocuses, and I have a few over here. Hell, I was pulling out turmeric, and then I started noticing I was pulling up crocus bulbs, and I really don't see them now, but I have to be careful. There were some ants in here. I may have disturbed them enough to get them to go away. I don't know. I may just go and pull these peanuts out. Whatever peanuts is in there, brick off in there, they'll come back up. Like I said, these peanuts are not, especially these, are not for eating. They're for nourishing the soil. But you know what I'll do? I'm going to come out here maybe tomorrow. Oh, I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Maybe I'll come out here the day after tomorrow, and I'll take y'all through that. I'm going to leave the ginger and harvest everything else. So I'm going to show you how to, I don't know if anybody's ever showed how to harvest in a pot and leave stuff. I have gotten pretty good at it because of the way I've gardened. Y'all see I covered the bananas over. They there. But I got the insulator. All that stuff over there. Y'all see I'm in the process laying out cardboard. So anyway, this video is long enough. So till next time, Chris right on time. Chrissy, say bye to Janet and Suzette and all the other people who love you. Say I love you, YouTube. Yeah, Happy New Year. You say Happy New Year? Huh? Okay. Till next time. See you guys later.